Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Whiskey Crusaders. Been a very, very busy past week here. We'll wait for a few people. Of course, it's just going live about a few minutes late here, but that's typical for us at this point in time. So wait for some people to come in here, and then we'll start the fun, usual event scheduled. Like I said, been super busy. Talk about some new distilleries we got to try down there, and the drive down and all that fun stuff, and drive back, and cool fun things we tried. And can't, of course, tell you guys the winners yet. That's not been announced, but soon enough, all that will go. Hey, Scott, good to see you there. Good to see you as usual. So, like I said, did the Texas Whiskey Festival judging here this past week. Stephanie and I drove down there to Austin to the Wizard Academy there and did the judging for a couple of days. Good fun as usual. Of course, like I said, most of my stuff's at the castle now for classes. So if anybody wants to take a class on the Texas whiskey, it's almost all there right now. I have a little bit at home of Texas stuff that I've got duplicate bottles or extra open picks or whatever, but Hey Andy, there you go. Ooh, you're watching through several tornadoes. That sounds awesome, Andy. We thankfully were spared. We didn't go to karate tonight because we thought it looked like there was a horrible storm, and then we got like 2 minutes rain. It was very strange. The radar looked horrible, and then we just got basically nothing. So yeah, hopefully Andy, everything is okay there because that's very scary. So hopefully there are no tornadoes where you're at, and you just they go around you. It will be good to say the least. So But so we left on I guess that Wednesday. After of course working on Monday, I was, as you guys know, sick last Monday, and then Tuesday we worked to get a bunch of stuff sorted out with the non-Kentucky bourbons. And then when we came back on Friday night, we sorted out all the Kentucky bourbons. So the bourbon section is now done and ready to go. So I think it's not complete is that I need to move around some of the rare stuff at the top. Needs to be rearranged. But other than that, it's in good shape. Only have I guess all I got left is the other whiskeys like corn, like corn whiskeys, wheats, sorghum, other random grains, fun things like that. We'll have to go through those. Got to go through the Tennessee stuff. After reorganize a little bit of the Irish, it's pretty much done because we put the on some of them rather than whatever the hell they're called. So got to change those, and we also got to change cover them. Hey, Richard, good to see you there. Of course, it's good to see Richard here a little while ago, a couple weeks ago. So if you guys check out the Island Getaway Rum and all that fun stuff Richard does, or all those good things. So that's always a plus. Let's see. So we did that, and so on the way down, we drove and we hit up, of course, Balcones, because that's what you do when you go down 35. You go to Balcones every time. Got to see Emma for a few minutes. That was cool. Got to pick up a bottle of the Bald and Bond Rye. So we'll get a review on that for you guys soon. So that'll be fun. So I know they've got lots of fun things in the works that are coming out over the next, few months, weeks, all that fun stuff. So looking forward to the new things there, of course, from them. So if you'd like to check out Richard's, I guess he's got a podcast and all that fun stuff now called Whiskey Provisioner. So please check out Richard's Whiskey Provisioner. That will be great. All the fun things there. Finish our first Kelly yesterday with a Cuban cigar. Oh, that sounds nice, Andy. Good. I'm sure that was a good time. One of my absolute favorite whiskeys, of course, that Balcones has ever made. Delicious stuff. And, of course, I'm drinking some Balcones of their bourbon right now. So we'll see. Of course, I know they announced, I guess maybe 2 or 3 months ago, they're no longer laying down bourbon. Of course, there are tons of bourbon in barrels, so I don't think they can run it out anytime remotely soon. But, that'll be some point in time. There won't be anymore, but I wouldn't worry about that anytime in the next several years. So, yeah, we were there just for a little bit. After we went there, then we drove down through the hill country and went all that to one of the wineries we belong to out there. It's a Silver Dollar Winery, which has one here in Bedford, but they also have one out there in Johnson City. So we stopped out there in Johnson City to go see Silver Dollar out there, which is the first one we ever had a chance to stop there. Way bigger winery. Of course, their full production's there too. And their grape, some of their grapes are there and all the other fun stuff. So it was cool to see the fields and the tanks and all the course stuff on processing equipment and all that stuff. And then got to try some really good Merlot finished in a Garrison Brothers barrel. That was awesome. So anybody gets a chance to go down there and take it away. And said, what's your Crusaders Balcones pick? The only problem with doing a pick, Andy, is it'll cost us $10,000 to do a pick at Balcones. That's where they start at. So I don't have 10 grand. Everyone would have to pay up front. Sneak peek chat with him at West China. Ooh, very fun. So yeah, check out Richard's there on the Whiskey Prisoner with Emma at the West China Tea. So that should be fun. I know there's some things to talk to Emma about that can't talk about, so it's all good. So, and someday when I can talk about them, I'll let you know. That's the best I can tell you. That's really good. So obviously, love Balcones, fun stuff. But yeah, so check out Silver Dollar down there in Johnson City, or check them out here in Bedford. You haven't had a chance to go see them. They make excellent Texas wines, and that's the stuff finished in bourbon barrels now. They're really good. So that what I found is with Texas wine, especially finished in the super heavy oaked of Garrison, makes really good wine in the finishing barrels. So something to be aware of. So they got. I think she's got 3 of those barrels right at the moment, and they're nice. They're nice bigger ones, which I appreciate. They were fantastic though. So check them out if you get a chance to go out there. They're about an hour probably from the academy. Probably about right. Probably an hour 15, something like. They're not super close, but Johnson City. That's just about as close as Johnson City Fredericksburg is. So it is what it is. It was announced today that OKC is getting its first throw, which I'm solely excited for, so I can get more Saints Alley. Yes, this is true, and except for the fact that Nobleman now won the best rye in the world, so no one can find Nobleman anymore unless you find a store that happens to have one. They pretty much, as soon as he won that award, all the stuff that we knew was amazing and were able to go find is now gone everywhere. So new batches I know will come out, of course, soon enough in a few months from Iron Root, so you have to go check that out. So, but awesome stuff. But that is exciting though, Andy. I'm glad you guys will finally get a Total Wine. There are some things good about Total Wine, and then there's bad things about Total Wine, but it's good if you want things like that. So that is a plus, since that is where they're sold at. So it's super awesome for you guys. And it's good for Chris, because it means Chris sells more whiskey. Lost in a Harbinger hold. Yeah, that could be it too. That does happen there, Richard. Harbinger is a delicious whiskey. Obviously, every time I go to Iron Root or I see Robert, he always does something amazing, because that's what Robert does. Really looking forward. Of course, they'll have their 10th anniversary down there up there from here, up in Denison this year, which is really cool. Looking forward to that, and the exciting releases of things I know that are going to be released that we also can't talk about. So, no, yes, Andy, I'm sorry, bud. Everyone that I know that knows Chris well now knows that we can't find it. It sucks. But, the good news is they're going to make more. So don't worry about it. There will be no Nobleman coming. It's just you might have to wait 2 or 3 months to get any more, unfortunately, right now. So, but it is coming. So don't worry about that. It is what it is. Oh, yeah, that's true, Scott. Their brandy, oh my gosh. If you guys haven't had the brandy from Iron Root yet, that stuff is amazing. Yeah, anybody hasn't checked out, go find a place to check that stuff out. Great stuff. Texas Whiskey Festival at 420. You can smell it. There you go, picture. Yes, we're getting to the whole festival thing. We're just getting there slowly. We have an hour of stuff here to talk about, so we're all good. I hope you guys all enjoyed the thumbnail from tonight. Daniel took that picture of us, so thanks, Joe. Appreciate that. Yeah, if you guys, of course, if you aren't aware about the Whiskey Castle and you're brand new here, I'll tell you guys all about that throughout the evening. Of course, Whiskey Castle is a beautiful place here in Hurst, Texas. You can come and enjoy and learn about the adult education that we have there, and learn about all the fun things about whiskey, whatever manner or format you like. So everything is customized to your class, whether it be corporate events, team building, individual enthusiasts, whatever. We can go from anywhere from one person to almost 60 people at a time. So whatever fun. There you go. So Andy's going to come taking a class in June. So we'll be excited to have Andy as a customer. That'll be awesome. Of course, Andy's been fantastically been there since basically the beginning for us. So we really appreciate him, everything they do. And then also, Andy's also a shelf sponsor. So I promise by the time you come in, you'll have your little plaque on your shelf. And as soon as I get it made, we'll have it on there. So we're all good. Let's check out Marty's channel, Whiskey Knows. Go check out him as well. But yeah, if you want to sponsor a shelf at the castle, we still have I think 44 shelves available. So good times on that. So shelves are moving around. So hopefully we'll have it all figured out before I put any of the things on, but it's $100 a year. And check those out and get your name on a shelf. Sponsor. It's a good time. But anyway, so we after we went to Silver Dollar, Stephanie wanted to go see the bats. Well, of course, I figured it's going to get rained out, which it did. So we had to leave and rush out of Silver Dollar. And by the time we're on halfway to the bats, hey, Dawn, good to see you there. They got canceled, so no surprise because there was horrible rain and shit that way that night. So we get to the hotel there in Dripping Springs, which has an indoor pool, and then realize we had forgotten our bathing suits. Then come to find out there are apparently no places in that city that carry bathing suits. So we were just SOL on that deal. So I guess we'll see whatever happens with that. So we found out the closest place to get bathing suits was 30 minutes away at Walmart. And I'm like, I'm not driving 30 minutes for a bathing suit. So I had to do other things, work on whiskey stuff and whatever on the computer. And then I was subjected to horrific cable TV, which has commercials, which suck. And, I know, way for me. But it's like, because the guide says they still, HBO, Showtime. No, apparently they got rid of those. Apparently their guide at the hotel is no longer valid and has nothing but shit with commercials, which was super frustrating. So, yeah, Richard, free bowling is great, except for when it's a public pool. Pretty sure that's frowned upon. Also a good way to probably get arrested. So I'm going to go with not a good idea. So, Sarah, fine. Sarah's been still sick with stuff. So at some point in time, maybe I don't really expect her probably to be back anytime remotely soon. So, yeah, it just is what it is. I don't expect to see her back on a live stream probably for a significant amount of time. So it's probably going to be me and guests and like that for the foreseeable future. So just letting you guys know that. Yeah, you want plus. Yeah, now, Joe, if they had one of those drone things, I would have totally had them hit me up for a bathing suit that night. Deliver in like 45 minutes. That'd been cool. But I didn't feel like driving, an over an hour round trip for a bathing suit. So, it is what it is. And Richard is apparently a comrade troll now. So we got that going for us. Hey, Zach, good to see you there. Of course, Zach works for Dueling Grounds up there in Kentucky. Nice, fine whiskey. We've had him and the owner of the distillery on. So you can go check out Zach's stuff up there. And he's also a fellow sommelier. So good fun times. So hopefully Zach gets a chance to come down here and check out the castle as well. But we took some professional pictures, this past weekend. So we got that going. So hopefully, hey, William Hall, another great sponsor of the show up there is William Hall. Appreciate that as well. So once again, he said, so this 30% Balcones. Well, you should drink some Balcones. It is one of my favorite distilleries. And I believe it is the distillery you have the most bottles of in the entire castle is Balcones. I don't think there's anything else that has one. Second closest might be Iron Root. And then probably Macallan. I think it's probably the ones with the most. And simply because they just make the most things. That's part of the issue is like, you don't make a ton of things. I mean, obviously, you only can have what you have. So, But yeah, so the next day, hey, I will say this. The Sleep-In's breakfast is excellent there in Dripping Springs. So do check that out. If you're going to stay, also a way nicer lobby than La Quinta. So just saying, for next year, if anyone's going to the Bachelor Ball, stay at that Dripping Springs Sleep-In and not at that crappy La Quinta. Way nicer place and also closer. It's also only like 15 minutes from the Wizard Academy. So just a suggestion for people for a few months if they have one this year, which I've known if they're not. But just or if you are staying down there, definitely stay in Dripping Springs over Austin. It's way cheaper and way nicer and safer. But also be warned, there's not much to do out there. Unless you like to go to wineries or distilleries, which I love to do. Of course, we were there the day that Deep Eddy was not open, so we didn't get to try it, which is fine. I'm not like I haven't had Deep Eddy before, but still like to go to as many distilleries as possible because it's fun. So, it is what it is. So, just part to her 8th no name. Dude, Andy, that's amazing. That is some serious stuff. That's a good idea, Donald. I like it, Donald. That's awesome. I would go freeballing and just claim as a Canadian religious custom. And then at that point, Donald, you're probably like, it is, close to Austin. What are they going to do about it? Stopping your religious beliefs? They won't know you're Canadian. And you can just apologize anyway, so it's all good. So, see, don't you remember, I expect you could get away with it these days. He is a Canadian. It's possible. I mean, he has been around here a long time. He could still claim his Canadianism on it. They're just, Sarah has some medical issues, and that's that. And that's Eric's, like I said, I don't expect to see them on a stream in a very long time. So that is what it is. I mean, obviously, Will still do reviews with me, but I don't know when Sarah will be back to do any of those things. So, but definitely not the streams. No, not for a very, very long time. So since she can't drink, yep, that's the deal. So since she can't drink, she will not be on here, and it's mean for Will to be on here, and she can't drink. So it's one of those things. So it just is what it is. But yeah, so speaking of fun things, we'll get to the festival here in a minute. Just since a bunch of you are here on Thursday, we have a special stream for you guys. On Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, we're going to have 15 stars on the show. So we'll have their founders on. So these guys, I know they just won a bunch of awards, so they're going to be on the show on Thursday at 7 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern time, 6 p.m. Central. So, see, dual passer, international spy. Exactly, Richard. You're a national spy. She wrote a book. It's about a guy named James Bond. Except for you'll make the cocktails instead, Richard. Instead of being the one drinking them. You can drink them too, obviously, but you know what I mean. It'll be fun. Hey there, Marshall. Good to see you there. If you guys haven't checked out Rough Spirit, go check out Marshall. Everything about rum. Good fun times there as well. We'll have to start planning a National Rums Day there with Marshall sometime no later. I think it's August. Is that when it is, Marshall? That's when International Rum Day is? Something like that. So, too many stars for me. There you go. Well, it's because it's Kentucky, and it's the whole 15 stars because the 15th state, all that fun stuff. So, we'll see how it'll be. It should be entertaining to have their owners on. Usually it's always good. People that are passionate about their brands tend to do a good job, so it should be a good show, no matter what. So, looking forward to that. So, I always love to you guys, if we can, get on distillers and owners of brands are always a good time. So now they are obviously not making that, but they are blending it together and all that fun stuff. So it should be fun to hear about them. And like I said, there's a brand I knew nothing about. They reached out to us and said, hey, would you like to have our stuff? Give it a roll and see it. So it should be fun. Try and break their elevator. No, I don't even know if I'm going to go this year, to be real honest with you, Eric. So who knows? I don't even know what it is, or I'm so busy with our stuff. Who knows? I'm much more interested in doing the, obviously, sommelier stuff, and judging and all that good stuff is more important to me at this point in time. Of course, our Whiskey Castles, our number one priority is that, obviously. So, this has always felt that 2-star was hedging to S. Oh, it could be there, Richard. Could be. You just never know. But, yeah. So, anyway, let's see. So, like I said, breakfast is good there. That sleep in, good fun place. Then we arrived on campus. Of course, what do you do at 9 a.m. when you get to a place? What do you do when you start judging? You start drinking, because that's what you always do at 9 a.m. at judging, because it's the good way to handle it. So, of course, our Jake runs the Test Whiskey Festival, asked us to come down again to do the judging. So Stephanie did half the judging last year, but he convinced her to do all the judging this year, which is good. So she judged everything this year, which is fun. So we had a good time. Got to try a bunch of new brands I had not had before, which is cool. It says, the Bachelor is always on OU versus Texas, and I've never missed that. I understand, Annie, since you are at a place there up at, Oklahoma. That happens. I understand. So it is what it is. But anyway, so I tried some fun new brands, which was cool. Really appreciate that. Tried some good things, tried some not so great things. And once the results come out, I won't tell you what brands are, because I don't want to, people are working on things. They've worked hard on it. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean someone doesn't. So it doesn't mean that someone doesn't like it or does like it. But there were certain ones that, as my wife said, were probably made after Hurricane Katrina floating down the Fort Pontchartrain there. So in the Ninth Ward. So let's put it that way. That's the water they use for it. So don't remember what brand that was. Not going to say what brand it was. Doesn't really matter. Now, a brand I was super impressed. What I can't say is that, like I said, I'm not telling you guys the results. They're not public yet. So I will say this. This is not entered. This is just a limoncello from Chapline, which is a new distillery here in Texas. Did try their bourbon. This is amazing stuff. No, this is good. But their bourbon was definitely one of the best new bourbons I've had in Texas in a long time. So I'm going to trying to get Chapline to come on the show, which really, really super impressed with their bourbon. I liked it so much. Let's put it this way. I took a bottle home. So great stuff. Like I said, don't announce any results on that, but that is something to look forward to is these guys. Let's see what the hell city. These guys are in some city I never heard of. Distilled and bottled in Bulverde, Texas. I'm not exactly sure where Bulverde, Texas is, but somewhere I know in that area. But I really enjoyed it. Yep, exactly. Not for me, but don't yucks. Exactly. There's someone else who likes these whiskeys. That's fine. There's plenty of ones I didn't think was great. Other judges thought was fabulous. So, hey, that's cool. That is what it works for them. He's doing a fine client with a buddy poured me. I'm freaking lost in the single malt sample. Oh, that's fun there, Marshall. Good times. It says the Bachelor was likely going to be during the Royal Canadian Air Force Centenary Weekend this year, and I don't want to miss that. Of course not, Donald. I would also rather be at the Royal Canadian Air Force Centenary Weekend because that sounds like a good time. Well, sure it is. Okay, Chapline was a good first impression when they came to the tasting room. Awesome. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna definitely contact these guys and get them on the show because I really want to promote these guys. We tried this, their White Dog, and their bourbon. Like I said, now these were not all entered, obviously in the competition. Only one of them was, but this wasn't it. But we had, like I said, it was one of my highest scores was their stuff. So super impressed with what they're doing. But yeah, like I said, this is their limoncello. It's really nice. Their White Dog was really good. I've done zero research on them. I know nothing else of what they make, but like I said, I'm impressed with what I've tried so far, and really like to have them on as soon as possible. Same course goes with Shiner. So once we'll get that whole figured out with Shiner as well, because I know this was on a couple times and that things came up, but we'll try to work on getting them back on as well. Renee and Chris are close. Okay, cool. All right, cool. I do not know, Joe. That's a great question. Can somebody look up if Chapline just distributes to Oklahoma if they're just Texas? Because I don't know the answer, but we will find out. But like I said, their bourbon, yeah, I would definitely. If you find it, I haven't seen it on the shelves here yet either. But of course, I haven't really been to a liquor store in a while, so I need to go look and see if it's even on shelves. It probably is. I hope it is. So See, there you go, Andy. He is an Okie. See, now there's two of you in the chat. Well, at least two that I'm aware of. Let's put it. It's very new. Okay. Yeah, it's very good, though. So I don't know how old any of their stuff was, but like I said, super impressed when I tried. So I look forward to having them on. He says, which one are you in? We're in Norma. Oh, you're in Broken Arrow, Joe? Oh, do you know my brother then by chance, Joe? You might. I don't know. Hell, I might even have met you at his 4th of July party at this point. Too many people at this point. So pretty sure that's the answer, Joe. I'm pretty sure that's right, but just want to make sure. Pour some of this beautiful limoncello, which is good. So, good fun times there. So, let's see. What else? We went through, I think, 22 different bourbons, something like that. So, that's what I thought. That's what I thought, Joe. I was pretty sure. We have this conversation every time. Of course, Joe. It's always fun like that. But if there's none up there, there you go. See, there you go. Andy says, grew up in Broken Arrow. Next time in your Norma, drinks are on him. So there you go. It's like all the Canadians are related. You know each other. Exactly, Richard. All the Canadians know each other. It's like you got one, a British problem. They know all the ones in Ontario, too. It's good times. But if not, Joe, we'll see if we can figure out a way to, maybe when my brother comes back down, maybe he can pick up a ball or something and bring it back up to that way and let you guys try it. But super impressed. So, like I said, we tried some pretty great ones, some pretty okay ones, and then some that were just meh. And then, there's always one or two that are always stinkers. That's just the way it is in judging in general. But that's the great thing about being blind is you get to be surprised by things. And some things are just young. I mean, there's potential, and you could tell in them they just need another year or two. And that's just part of the deal. So, with the Texas whiskey industry, it's just not all that old. I mean, it only started in 2008. I mean, we're just not that far into it here. So, it's only been around 15, 16 years at this point. So, and there's always new ones. I did funny thing. I was reading an article today for most distilleries in the States today. Apparently, Texas is number 2. We have 103 distilleries in Texas now, and California has 104. So we just need to open a couple more distilleries and not lose any more, or we should be in good shape. So we can be number 1 at least on that. So that would be nice. Which is surprising because There are very few California whiskeys I've had. Now, granted, most of them might be vodkas and gins and whatnot, but most of them I've had are not good stuff. There's a few, of course, that are quite the exception, but there's been many that are pretty atrocious. But it is California, so what do you expect? They're great at wine, not so great at whiskey. But hey, it is what they also make great beer. But like I said, not great at whiskey, not so far. But anyway, so we did that, and then we hung out with Daniel and Jake, and of course the other judges there for another. Oh yeah, so speaking of the other judges, so if you guys haven't checked out Drinking Texas, is one of the other judges. His name was Mike. Him and his co-host. They have a really cool radio show they do every Wednesday from 5 to 7 p.m. It's an internet podcast radio show. You can check those guys out. They were fun. So, oh yes, Maltazilla to the rescue. There you go, Eric. That is definitely a good choice. Yes, quality over quantity, exactly. Quality, you can pick. Oh, there's plenty of really crappy distilleries out there, to say the least. So, I don't know if I've had Corbin Cash at all, Jason Coates. Yeah, Opaturo is really good. I like them. I like St. George. Rivet Empire's got good stuff. That's really the only ones. I've heard San Diego's good, but I've never had anything from San Diego, so I can't say yes or no. But I take it if Eric Waite and Bill and I've had it that it's good. Since they said it's good, I'm sure they're if those say it's good. But that's really about the only ones I've ever heard great things about from California. But I mean, hopefully they figure it out as well as many others do. So, oh yeah, I have tried. 10th Street was good. Who the hell do we have on? Somebody sent us that. I can't remember. I hate to say that, but they were on with us. I want to say it was the Rubber Ducky guy, Bathtub Bourbon, that sent us to us. That stuff was good. I did like the 10th Street was good, and I think that's going to get better as well. And they had some really cool peated stuff out of there. That was good. But yeah, there's only a handful. Whereas I think Texas is definitely ahead of the curve on them as far as good distilleries go. We definitely have more at this point in time. So, Commune 4K now. There you go. California makes good rum. 7 Caves in fantastic. Never had that one, and that's probably true. I've yet to have that particular rum. In fact, to be honest with you, outside of like other countries in Texas rum, maybe I've had rum. Who else have I had from the States? There's one I had a rum from that was Lost Ark. I want to say it's in Maryland. I think it's about it, to be honest with you. Germaine Robin, too, if you like brandy. I do like brandy, but I've not had that one. That is surprising, Jason Coates. You're right. That there isn't more brandy coming out of California. Like I said, the cool thing over Iron Root was they have a 7-year Riesling brandy. We tried it 133 proof, and that's definitely one of the best brandy I've ever had in my life. It was amazing. I guess, and Robert said those grapes from those vines were 40 plus years old, which is amazing, especially for a Texas Riesling. That you would shocked a Riesling would even grow here, which was surprisingly somehow some that stuck, and they make amazing brandy. Don't know how the wine is. The brandy sure as hell great. I like Rieslings a lot, but usually they're from Germany. Oh yes, rum from Hawaii. That's good. I think I have had some from Hawaiian rum. That was good. I did try some a new liqueur my dad got from Crete. That was really good. I'll have to borrow that from him and review it. I never had anything like it. Super interesting, unique flavors. And I've had, obviously, you guys know I've had a lot of liqueurs. There's nothing like it. It was delicious. Whatever the hell the flavors, I've done zero research on it. It's called What was it? Rocky, something like that. I think it's Rocky is what it was called, but it was really, really good. If anybody has any clue what the hell that is or has had it before, let me know. I thought stuff was fabulous, though. So anyway, so back to the fun story here, the festival. So after the bourbon judging, of course, we got the result. We know the results, obviously, but the distilleries have not been announced yet. So we got the results, and everybody voted on what went back, tried some other things again, see what we all thought again on it. And then we came back, and we had Pius, which is a great pizza place there in Springs. Had that hung out in the patio with Daniel and stuff. We did a little stuff up in the vault, and just hung around, had some writers' tears and some Coloman. Some of the other guys smoked cigars, good times. So that was fun. Did all that. Then after that, I guess we hung. After that, we and drank in the parking lot with one of the other judges, Mark. He is a owner of a distillery and various other distilling adventures, and the consults on many things. So all things distilling. Won't say who he's from, but yeah, he makes fun stuff. And so then he also had some experiments from other distilleries, or so I think some of the best things the distilleries ever made. And I know they're distilleries you guys have had before, but I don't know if I'm allowed to say who they were really good, fun stuff. Ooh, yeah, that's a good run there, which I do like that one. Are you saying, Joe, your favorite liqueur is Malort? Is that what you're saying? Because I really hope that's not the case. If it is, I mean, good for you. I mean, so the joke's on the rest of us, and we all think it's disgusting. But hey, if you like it, I mean, good for you. So I have some rum when it's good. I feel like Indian. I've heard Indian rum is really good. Hey, Marshall, have you had any good Indian rums? I know that Amroot makes a couple. I don't think I bought them ever. They're cheap. They're like $20 or less. I don't know if they're any good. So, hey, Joe, there's people that do like Malort. I mean, I know there's a guy he used to come. His girlfriend loved it. She would ask for it every time she came over. She wouldn't just drink like a little amount. She drank, like a good, she'd be taking like a drink. She loved it. But I'm like, whatever works. Only we didn't do an I always have a cigar at Coloma. I think you did pretty well there. Andy. Oh, that's right. Donald got to try it for the first time on the stream the other day, a couple weeks ago. Oh, yes, you were so lucky there that you were given that. It is what it is. But very entertaining for us. So, yes, we tried some really cool crap that Mark had out in his car. It was excellent stuff from a particular distillery that was, I think, 8 years old, aging in a unique place in the middle of a grapefruit vineyard. Like I said, I don't know if I'm allowed to say who it is, so I'm not going to say who it is, what the story is. Richard may know, but don't say, Richard, who it is if you do know. It was really, really good, though. Let's put it that way. And it was like freaking black, and it was delicious. Like, it was not, it was opaque, but it was definitely the best thing I ever had from that distillery, which was really cool. So did that. Tried some other fun stuff out of the back of his trunk. Then it's like, so then we went over to the Fang and Feather, the Crowded Barrel. We had to try it. I tried their Manitani double peated single barrel. That was amazing. If you guys haven't had Manitani before, or that of Pennsylvania, I got a bottle from our buddy Pete. My God, like 2016, something like that from Manitani. 17, somewhere in that. Good stuff. Oh yeah, Old Monk. I've had Old Monk. That's right, Richard. I forgot about Old Monk. Old Monk's good. Yeah, I've got that one. I do like that one. Yes, Eric, exactly. That's exactly what Malort tastes like. Some great sugarcane rum. I bet it does, Andy. I bet it does. So that was cool. So went over there, hung out. I tried that, and I think Mark had something else. And then Stephanie had some kind of honey syrup beehive thing. I don't know. Whatever. Richard probably knows what it is. It's probably there. And then Molly had a Persian Manhattan, but it was less than impressed, to say the least. Neither was she, because she didn't finish it. So, and then we did try the amazing food truck there. I was sad they were out of intestines. They only had tongues, so I had tongue tacos. Those were delicious. We had that, quesadillas, some kind of burger, and the food was great out of that food truck. I don't know the name of the food truck, but it was really good. So, did that. Then I guess, then we were staying, that night we were staying at Engelbrecht. So, then eventually we went back to the room. Stephanie passed out for a couple hours. Went and screwed around in the kitchen, whatever. Talked to my daughter and stuff on the phone. And it was good fun times. And then I eventually wandered off to move the car. And yeah, Roberta, there you go. Then moved it up to, then I went up to Engelbrecht took a walk around the campus. It was beautiful out. It was like upper 50s out. It was a super awesome night. I went up to the tower, which of course is the vault for a couple hours. Look for new things I hadn't had. Fun time in there for a couple hours, checking out the stuff. But it's funny, you're in there. It's like, man, there's a lot of stuff in here. Then you look at the castle. It's like, castle's a lot bigger at this point. It's just funny. It looks so big, and now you compare it to the castle, and it's like, there's like, you could fit like 6 of these in here. This is cool. So it was just fun. It was just funny at that point to just do comparison, because hadn't really ever compared it together before. So that was kind of funny. But it was a good time. So they got obviously have lots of fun stuff in the vault to try. So you get a chance to go in there. Also fun to go see them. Which Academy's got lots of awesome classes. So Highly recommend anyone go check out their stuff and their fun classes. So we did that, and then I went to bed. Got up the next day to do more. Of course, what else do you do back the next day at 9 a.m.? Oh, Richard. Oh, sorry. I was. Yeah, I guess I should have told you I was there. I didn't even think about it. Yeah, because you could have come over to the vault since you're also a psalm. Yeah, we were there for. Next time I'm down, I'll let you know, Richard, ahead of time. We're coming down. You hang out or whatever. So, let's see, next day we went and started, of course, drinking again at 9 a.m. Of course, we had to have a palate warm up this day, so we had some writer's cheers for palate warm up. And then we did, I think, 11 ryes, something like that. And then some malts and other categories, and then flavored whiskeys. Well, that was fun. Ryes had a couple good ones. Obviously, it's some. Now, I like really spicy ryes. Everyone else is pretty excited on them. I thought they were young, but I thought some were really great. So it just depends, what like everybody thinks. Had some really great malts. Those were fun. Of course, that's obviously you guys know that's where I love is malts. So had some really good fun with that. The malt selection was really excellent this year. And then like flavored whiskeys, 3 of them were pretty good. 3 of them were damn near undrinkable, but it is what it is. So, and sometimes you're at the point of like, why did you submit that? And like I said, not going to tell you who these are, and that's up to them. And like I said, somebody probably likes them, just wasn't for me. And I like flavor crap. You guys know that. I drink a ton of Old Smoky and other stuff. I just was not impressed. I just think, Lockhart kills at the liquor store with a bourbon. Yeah. That's true. They do. There's no doubt. Yeah, no. They didn't. I wish they would have submitted that. They did not. I don't think we had any bourbon creams. Yeah, we didn't get any. I don't know. It is surprising, Richard. We didn't get any bourbon creams at all. You'd think here there's a few different distilleries that make them. They would submit. They would submit something like that. But whatever. It is what it is. So, fun times. Like I said, there was some really good stuff we got to try the second day and some not so great stuff the next day, but that's fine. But then after that, we wrapped up, took our beautiful picture there in the blue bonnets, as I'm sure you guys all thoroughly loved that thumbnail. It's also, of course, over on Jake's Instagram for the Texas Whiskey Festival. So, obviously, if you are around that area and want to go see the Texas Whiskey, go check it out. Go see who the winners are. Go try a bunch of cool whiskeys there. Jake does an amazing job with the festival, and it's a good, fun time. There'll be lots of cool stuff, I'm sure, that all the distillers are bringing. Go try some cool stuff you hadn't had before. So, like I said, there's a lot of new distilleries there, so some of them are really, really good. So it should be fun for people to try that. And then there were some things that I was shocked. Not that they won or anything, just that some of the things that people submitted was like, wow, you put some crazy stuff in here. I mean, cool for you. I'm glad they won or whatever, but it was interesting. No, Andy, I haven't. I will. We haven't gotten to reviewing it yet, but I will when we review it. I do not need any more friggin' rattlesnakes. No. I do not want anything to do with rattlesnakes. That will be the last time I go in the pool. I know there's rattlesnakes on that property, though. That would scare the shit out of me, and that'll be the end of it. No, I don't. And I surely doubt any of us even remotely thought of that. That's probably for the best. For sure, we didn't think about rattlesnakes in there. That's just for the best. We followed the deer path that had already been flattened by the things, so all good. But it was good. So, see, then we ended up at a place. What the hell's the name of that bar? Restaurant bar. Oh, it's over in that new same place, but it's on the hill below Pius. It's got all the old like pictures of stuff from like the 1920s and 30s and stuff in it. Oh, I can't remember the name of the freaking place. We were there for like 3 hours. Had a bunch of food and drinks, and it was good times. So, because I know Stephanie had a few different things, and I tried. All I had was a beer and one drink, because then a bunch of Diet Cokes, because then I had to drive home after that, so I stopped drinking for obvious reasons. So for at least 2 or 3 hours, I wasn't drinking, so it was good. So, but yeah, so we were there for quite some time. Food was good. Of course, company was great. We had a really good time there after all the judging and hanging out at this place. Yeah, that's it. The League Kitchen. That's it there, Richard. Yeah, that place was fun. Yeah, that was good. The food was really good. The drinks were really good. We had a good time. Actually, I think we were there for at least 3.5 hours. We were there for a long time. But it was fun. So, it was good. Let's put it this way. We started there at lunchtime and we're there till after happy hour started. So it was good. We had a fun time. Said all the judges really were great, and it was great. It was a really good group this year for judging. Had a lot of fun with them and all that good stuff, and so it was good to see. And of course, we'll go back and judge again next year because it's a great time and it's just fun. There you go. Richard is the local guide, exactly. Because I don't, I go down there like once or twice a year. I don't know where crap is. I'm just glad there's places to eat finally. Because for the first several years, which my wife was mad about, the only place to eat around there was that little grill at the intersection. That's the gas station grill place, which I don't remember what that's called. Richard knows that one too. Where it's like the liquor store in the corner. And then it has this gas station. It's got a pretty big size convenience store. It's got a grill in the back right corner. The food's actually pretty damn good. And we eaten there several times because that was the only thing open because there's nothing else around there at the time. Now you just go down Nutty Brown. There's all sorts of shit to eat at. But for years, there was jack shit. So that's where we ate at, and it displeased her greatly. But I was like, it's the only thing open. So, oh well. It is what it is. So she'll survive. But yeah, if anybody's done it, definitely recommend the League kitchen for sure. Good shit. Also, really enjoyed the artwork in the bathroom. Did a fabulous job. They got old pictures of Marilyn Monroe, Elizabeth Taylor, and other nice, beautiful women from the celebrities from back in the day. I assume the ladies' room is the same way with men. I don't know. Obviously, don't go in the ladies' room, so I couldn't tell you. A lot of greasy as fuck Nutty Brown in 1826. Oh, that's so funny. It works. It's a place to eat, Richard. Exactly. It has food. I didn't starve. No one starved. Food was fine. Didn't complain. But it is what it is. So, it was all good. So, yeah. I'm sure we'll be back next year to judge again. So, it was a good time. Got no complaints. Really good time. So, go check out the Texas Whiskey Festival if you're going to go do that. Buy some tickets, go see them, and have a good time. I'm not sure if we'll get to go or not. Mostly it's this thing called Children. They have to be watched. And since they were just watched this weekend, it's hard to find someone to cheer, 3 weeks later. But you never know. Maybe we'll get lucky. Someone will want to watch them again. Who knows? But it was a good time. So anyway, check out all that fun stuff. See, Dustin Patterson brought me the Elsa breakfast taco. See, there you go. How nice of him there, Richard. See, that was nice of him to do that for you. So, good times. I mean, there's tacos there. There's hamburgers. There's other things. All of them are decent. Just have YouTube watch them. There you go, Joe. I'm sure that'll work out great. Just have YouTube watch them for just a couple of days while we're gone. And I mean, they won't starve by any means, but it's frowned upon leaving your children that are, they're not really fond of that plan. But my dog also ate the greasy tacos. That's awesome, Richard. That's even better. The dog ate them. That's hilarious. I've never had the tacos there. I'm trying to think. I know we've had the burger, and we've had some like breakfast sandwich type stuff there. I don't know if I've ever had the greasy taco, so it's good to know though. Probably skip out on greasy tacos. Don't need any more greasy things in my life. So but it did not come okay. Sounds like the dog's problem though, Eric. But you're probably right. It probably didn't come out okay. Poor dog. Hell, I'm sure. Thankfully, our cat does not eat table food. She only eats cat food. But it is what it is on that. The Philly's good. Okay, I have not had the Philly there. Okay, that's good to know. Pretty confident if I ever take my wife there again, she'll beat me. So I'll probably never find this out. So that's probably a good thing. So I'll probably go with not going there again. Drag its butt across. Oh, damn, Eric. That would be horrible. Yeah, I always love that commercial. I don't remember what the hell the commercial was for, but yeah, that dog that drags its butt and leaves a streak across the carpet. That was always a super entertaining commercial. I don't know if it was for like a new carpet thing or a carpet cleaner or who knows, or just, I don't know, vet commercial. Who knows? I just remember that commercial being hilarious from back in the day. But it is what it is on that. Because pets like to give you presents. Let's put it that way. There's always some present that pets give you. So that's what they do. Because they're fun like that. Oh well, is what it is. So yeah, so then we drove back, stopped a few times. Stopped at all the fun facilities. Of course, along the way, I like to check out the different places there. Checked out, of course, Bucky's. Realized that is an insane place. Don't know how in the hell they're so busy in the middle of the week, but they are. But whatever works. The boots couldn't. There you go, Beyonce. There you go. Did that, and of course the usual lovely side road stuff. The Troll Master. See you go, Richard. The Troll Master. So you've upgraded. So once everyone the box goes into the castle, yeah, the mass majority of it, Eric. Not quite all of it, but probably 99% of it does. There's still things here. Of course, now the liqueurs and the gins and vodkas don't. They stay here. There's a handful at the castle. Like I know there's some Iroot and some Balcones stuff that are not whiskeys, but for the most part, yeah, they stay. I don't ever had that before. Yeah, Walmart has more stuff. There's as many gas ones. Yeah, exactly, Joe, and probably less insane. Because I was like, I hadn't saw the one in a while. I'm like, this is insanity. I'm like, I just went to the facilities, left because I'm like, there's no way hell am I standing in line to buy shit here. I did notice their pay scale though is really nice. So if you need a job, Bucky's apparently pays really well if there's one near you. So I'm just saying. Anyway, but the best thing is their beef jerky. Never had their beef jerky, so I can't comment on that, Andy. I don't know. I know they're building new Bucky's in Hillsboro, so people are excited about that. There's a new one coming to Hillsboro. So, in fact, I think all the trips down never stopped in Hillsboro. Never really had a reason to stop there. This is a great, what do you call it, rest stop prior. And I go to the rest stop because it's free. There's nothing to buy there except a vending machine. You can buy, Dr. Pepper or something fun like that. That's right, Andy. The Bucky's general manager makes $225K plus, which is awesome. Oh, now Slovak's is a different story, Richard. I have stopped there a couple of times. It's much nicer than Bucky's, I would say. It's definitely the food. I like the food better also at Slovak's because being that I'm Czech, I also thoroughly enjoy it. So anything that's that kind of food, I'm like, yes, please. Also, like learn German food, Czech food, Slovakian food, they're all amazing. So those places I'm very interested in stopping at. Bucky's is like me. Bathrooms are nice, but I could really care less about their food. So, it's whatever. But I like all the ethnic stuff there at Slovak, so works for me. Exactly. Yes, I'm a dirty Bohemian, Eric, and you already knew that. So, as I tell my kids, we're just a bunch of dirty Slavs. And that's just the way it is. But that's a story for a different day. Wiener wrap a dog. Well, you can do that there too, Richard. I'm sure. I do enjoy their beautiful different types of barbecue and sausages and pastries, and you can pretty much wrap anything. It seems like with wiener or inside of it there at Slovak's, they'll pretty much stick into any kind of breaded pastry, good, whatever you want to call it. They'll find a way to stick a sausage in there. There's no doubt about it, and they're all delicious. I mean, they are greasy as hell, but it is what it is. But they are delicious. So, also check stop across the street, also excellent. Stop there always too, because it's great stuff. The lines are too damn long in both of them, but it is what it is. So, definitely should stop for in West for Czech Fest. Really cool place, lots of cool stuff. So, It's good. Or if you go up north to like Gainesville and Munster, go up there for the German stuff. Also excellent stuff. So fun times there. Of course, we came back, like I said, after that, went up there about 9 o'clock or so, and then knocked out all the Kentucky whiskey. Got that all Kentucky bourbon. Got that all lined up. Left there around I think 1 a.m. something like that. Then came back the next day and did my brother's taxes. That was fun. And then after that, we went up and had a professional photo shoot for about 4.5 hours, something like that. And then did a tasting with them after that with our photographer and his wife. So we'll have the pictures of that hopefully back sometime later this week. And those will go to Patreon first, obviously, and then it'll go to obviously the regular thing and onto the website and all that good stuff. So you guys will see those soon. And that was good fun times. Let's see. Why is West? Well, that's a great. My guess is, Richard, the simple reason being that when West was founded back in the mid 1800s, that was as far west as people were going. Because it was obviously all Czech immigrants, and there were some German immigrants in other cities around there as well. But that's the reason why it's called West, because at the time there was jack shit west of there. So that was West Texas at that point in time. So, and of course, it's been a Czech for 150 years. They still speak Czech, and of course, most of them speak Bohemian, but because they're Bohemian, they're not. When it was founded, Czechs didn't really come. Czechoslovakia wasn't founded until 1918 after World War I. So technically, it was all Bohemians. But silly Americans don't know the difference, and because when you really go there, there's Bohemians, Moravians, Slovakians, and Silesians that all live there. So, but unless you are Czech, you don't know that, nor do you care. But I care because I'm from there. So, but we're Bohemian. And my grandfather spoke Bohemian, but since he decided that the rest of us shouldn't learn it, none of us know how to speak it anymore, but that's okay. Because he was the first one in the family to live in America. Of course, they were here for 100 years prior to that. First one to marry a non-Bohemian person, so that was interesting. So it is. It is Mideast. No, that's true, Joe. I don't disagree with you. Exactly. It's like the considered West. Exactly. Like Ohio is. It's the Midwest. It's like the hell it is. But at the time, it made sense when it was there originally. So, it is what it is. Well, it's funny because, as like you said, Ohio is the Midwest or Wisconsin's the Midwest, whatever you want to call it. Then you have the Northwest. This makes no logical sense whatsoever. All that fun stuff. It says Thomas West is the first postmaster of West Texas. That's pretty funny if that's actually true, Eric. I don't know if that is or not, but it is funny. Let's see here. What did Andy say? I think I'll go back up here for a second. All right. Sometimes you need to get the damn mouse out because it just doesn't want to go do what we want it to do. All right. So you should run a contest of first bottle quote the castle. Winner gets a free class. There you go. Yeah. Now it can't be the one that me and Eric already finished, so that doesn't count. Has to be something else, and you don't get to know what's low. I know it's low, but you don't get to know it's low. It's not a terrible idea, though, Andy. I'm not opposed to that plan. Living in Ohio for a while pissed me off. I was in Mideast. Truth and a disappointing fact. That is funny, Eric. That's too funny. I was not aware of that fact. That is entertaining for me. So, very, very funny. So, it is what it is. But I am not opposed to that concept, Andy. That's a good idea. There are a few low bottles, not going to lie. I'm pretty sure I kept anything here that hadn't been reviewed. Now, once they get reviewed and they're low, they will go over there. Obviously, because unless there's something spectacular, that I'll keep that here anyway, just because of what it is. Now, I can't tell it can't be requested, because anything I have in the collection can be requested. It has to be requested ahead of time for a class. It's just not always kept there. It's kind of like Pappy's and BTACs are all available. They're just not kept there. That's requested ahead of time. And they're also on the higher tier for obvious reasons. Because it's not like I can go get one again anytime soon. but they are available for the right price for the higher end tier classes. Same goes with some of the scotches. They're all available. Like some of the ones that are closed distilleries, I can't get in, like Little Mill. It can be requested, it's just not available there. And it has to be in a high class because I can never get a bottle again. Well, I can, but they're absurdly expensive. So, I guess bottle kill number one is a Weller 107. I don't know, Andy. Maybe if you take a class, come June, it's still there. You'll find out. I don't know the answer to that question. But if you've been to the castle, you might know something about it. I don't know. Thanks, Andy. Appreciate it. It's a possibility. It's a very good possibility on that one. But I don't know. We'll find out. Everyone that sees this stream, then I guess they'll know that. That's the other. You have to say you heard about it on this stream in order to qualify for it. That seems like a fair deal. It also is an excellent bottle, by the way. We did compare that's a screw top one to a new gold foil cork bottle. It's not even close. So disappointing. Now, we do have an old 107, the old Weller Antique 107 in there as well. Now, that's in the higher tier bottle, also for all those reasons. Hey, Graham, good to see you there. Yeah, I agree, since I know you're on the other side of the world there, all that fun stuff. But do appreciate you stopping in here. It's always a good time. See, my collection is very small, and the fun stuff went to the vault. Sherry is caring. See, there you go, Richard. Exactly. Yes, we have lots of fun things at the castle. There are lots of things to learn about. It's never. In fact, let's put it this way: I've learned lots about what's in the collection. I haven't even tried all of it. So let's put it that way, guys. So it's always fun for me to get new things when get opened up. And when we had a photographer there with his wife, that was very fun. We found out she loves peated scotch, so that was super entertaining. So, because she was asked, we gave her because they had her husband asked about Buffalo Trace and Larson, so we had those. Then they wanted to learn about Scotch, so we started with Everfeldy 12. Then they had Redbreast 15. So what was the other thing? They had a couple other things. Let me look at the picture. I took a picture of it because this way I can remember. Well, let's see. What was the other thing they had? They had. Oh, they wanted to try a rye, a really good spicy rye. So I gave them the Willet, the 4-year cask strength, and then they wanted to try a peated scotch. And his wife was ecstatic with Lefroy 10. She's like, we need to stop at the store on the way home. That was amazing. And she's just getting into whiskey, and she's like really starting to dig it. So it was really cool that she's like, well, Stephanie, as you guys also know, loves peated scotch. And she loved Lefroy 10. She's like, this stuff is amazing. So tickled me pink that she was really into peated scotch. So we call that winning. So it's always fun to find people that have never had it and just really end up loving peated scotch. To me, it just warms my heart like there's no tomorrow. So I thought that was pretty great that she really enjoyed that. So her husband liked it some, but nowhere near as much as she liked. He's like, he said he really liked the nose. The palate was a little harsh for him, but she loved it and wanted to know when and where she could get a bottle of it immediately. I found exactly that. It seems that ladies prefer the peated over unpeated. Yeah, Joe, there's a lot of women I find that, and that's in the last 2 or 3 years, I totally agree. A lot of them really, really love the peated scotch, which is funny. I actually looked at some studies on it, and the reason it's just from a animalistic, whatever you want to call it, thing, that they said a lot of women really like peated because it reminds them of very manly things, and so women tend to really enjoy peated scotch. Just the regular 10. The sherry cask we found aren't as thrilled because of the musty flavors of sherry. They weren't as thrilled, but peated scotch, they on their own, so they seem to really, really enjoy. But yeah, that's what we found, Joe. Is it's a manly thing what we found out with it, so it's really cool. So, well, Andy, we can't all be as cool as you beating getting the Freud straight from the cask, especially when it's black. That shit was amazing. You brought that was Once again, thank you so much for bringing that. It was really really cool. So, oh yes, thank you, Richard. Richard did get a chance to come see the castle up here, up in DFW, which of course we're in Hurst, Texas, which is basically about 15 minutes from the airport. So, if you have a long layover, come see us and take class. It'll be the best layover of your life. Let's put it that way. Yes, it's definitely you can come in, have a good time with friends, meet new friends. Come take class with people you met on a Facebook site or something. Be cool. So we'll take care of you. Have a good time, promise. So satisfied to introduce a noob to a certain type of spirit. Good on you for the introduction. For me, it was before 15. Put me solid. Oh yeah, like I said. So that's what I was telling her about my story. What hooked me was before like 10, back when I was about 23. Man, God, I'm old at that point. So 20 years ago, my dad had gotten one from a coworker, and he's like, "Oh, you got to try this what they call the time, Lafleur or whatever." Of course, we come to find out, of course, it's Lafroig, and it's like, "That's amazing. Where have you been my entire life?" And so she's like, "Next time I come, can I do a class on all peated things?" I'm like, "Absolutely. We'll do all 8 Islas." So that'll be fun to have her pick different Islas for her to try all 8 of them next time. So it should be really fun. Oh, Lafroy PX, yeah, that's such an awesome one, Eric. Totally agree. That's one of my favorites. So Dan gave us some special Kahlua he had. She absolutely, awesome, Joe. That's fantastic. Yeah, Kahlua. So did he give her the one of the signatory Kahlilas, the cast strength ones of those, Joe? Because those are great. Hey, Tater Dom, good to see you there. Oh, Pheno from the cast. Oh, so good, Andy. So good. Just give the show the thumbs up if you're enjoying it. Yeah, appreciate that. Obviously, the thumbs up help. Put comments. The other thing is, we need comments on our shorts, comments on our on the videos. That all helps. That drives the algorithm and all that stuff. So thumbs up help. Comments help even more. If you can do both, we'd really appreciate it. Obviously, we have a business here to run and make money and all the good stuff, so that my wife and Eric's wife don't beat us both silly. We'd appreciate it. So it's a good fun time. It says great memory was the wonderful smell. I was trying to get that photo shoot of pouring a bottle. Oh, so Eric and I was there obviously for the photo too. So we poured Colombe and Sanig multiple times to get the shot right. It smelled amazing, and like at this point, by the time we've done poured it, I don't know what 6 or 7 times. The whole area from like a 10-foot area now smells like Colombe and Sanig. It smelled amazing, and they're like, and the base part is of course that they're both digging the smell too. So it was really funny that they're like, that smells really good. But it's really hard for us not to drink this thing at this point in time. It's like we just want to drink it. It's just so unfair. We're just pouring it for the shots. I'm not drinking it. But Al Lafroig Madeira is a good one too, Andy. Really like that one. Ooh, I do love that, doll. Made some warm German potato salad with seasoned dill vinegar and grain mustard. Oh, that sounds awesome, doll. I do love German potatoes, especially the warm German potatoes. The best. He's just excited that a lady enjoys whiskey instead of gin. Well, yeah, that's true, Joe. Yeah, because usually they like the gin with Carla, but yeah, with Dan, they love the whiskey. I'm glad to hear she really likes that. That signatory Kahlua is really good. Yeah, that's actually it's a bottle I picked, so I'm really glad that she likes it because that's good stuff. Yes, Eric's like, I'm like, no, Eric, I had to pour it back in the bottle. You can't have any right now. I let him have a little bit before at the end when we were done with that part of the shoot. It's like finally, it's just so mean, but it was really good. So yeah, hunting Cahuilla independent releases shows you what can happen from the cast to cast. Oh, absolutely, Richard. Yeah, Cahuilla is a great distillery. Basically, really young Cahuilla is really good, but old Cahuilla is great too. Just basically, Cahuilla in general is just an amazing distillery, but it has such a vast different things that get put out from them. And if you get a chance to try the 18 unpeated, such a freaking great whiskey. It's amazing to have the occasional unpeated Cahuilla. It's just fabulous stuff. Yeah, right, Graham. Now you're hungry. Exactly. Yeah, that's probably one of my absolute favorite things. Is probably warm German potato salad. It is fabulous. It's so hard to find good unless we make it at home, which we do occasionally make it. It's fabulous stuff. You did get it. We did get the shot in the end. This is true. It was important. It was done, Eric. It's all good. Yeah. So like I said, hopefully later this week we'll have the pictures out and I'll post them first to Patreon for you guys. So we get another unexpected quote in the SRs. Ooh, really, Jason? I'm looking forward to that. There's a new Stitzel Reserve coming out for it. That's cool. Yeah, I kicked myself for not buying that bottle years ago. That was stupid. Oh well. Some Kirkland's Costco Isla. It was amazing. It was total. Yeah, it's you're right, Joe. It is. It's Coila. That stuff, and it's really good. The Isla, especially it's 100 proof too, which is really nice for the Isla bottle. So I know we've got a couple of those. I think in the castle right now. I think there's two of them in there at the moment. I know Eric donated one. Eric Edmonton donated one. The other one I can't remember. Somebody else donated that one too because it showed up recently as a donation. I'm sorry, I can't remember who gave it to us, but thank you again, obviously, for anything you guys are just amazing. Ooh, an 11-year this time. I'm excited, Jason. I love Coil. There's a really nice that Logan gave us it's a 5-year Coil. I can't remember. It's some other random independent baller I'd never even heard of. Really good 5-year Coil though. Really good stuff. Berry Brothers Coilo was recently was outstanding 80. There you go. Very cool. So I'm using the same duck fat roast potatoes from yesterday. Oh, Donald, that sounds great. Oh, that sounds really, really good. Yeah, I could use it. I think I actually have some seasoning too. Ooh. Maybe I'll make some German food for dinner tomorrow. That sounds good. I could eat schnitzel and spatzel, some potato salad tomorrow. Sounds good to me. I do love those. It's totally unfair, right? Totally, totally unfair. Yeah, I think, Donnelly, when you come down, I'm going to make you cook. It'll make you do all the pairings ahead of time. I think that'll be a requirement for an event. I think that'd be fun. We should convince Tom to come down and do some cooking prior to an event and then pair it with amazing whiskeys. I think that'd be a good time. Because we get to hear about all the amazing things all makes. We never get to try them, though. We just salivate at home thinking about the amazing crap he makes. So sometimes it's just really painful and unfair. And go back to whatever crappy thing we're eating, but it is what it is. I digress. So, oh well. But yeah, so needless to say, of course, then we had Easter Sunday, obviously, yesterday. So went to church. That was a good fun time. Had a nice homily there from the priest, from Father Flynn. It's good times and all that good stuff. To my dad's house. Went over there, had some nice stuff. Some Lagavulin. Start off with Lagavulin 16. Always a good choice. So that, some Four Roses. Had that cool stuff from Crete, the La Crica, and some other fun whiskeys. So it was a good time. So, it works. But once again, Balcones is delicious. And there's a lot of Balcones. So you should come take a class on Balcones. You'll have a good time. It's good. Do hopefully plan to do a later trip this year. Hopefully 2 Balcones as a group. I think that'll be fun. Ooh. There's photos even Donald was posting of it yesterday from the beautiful thing of his potatoes. Even better. So I'm going to check out Donald's amazing things there. Go check out his photos of the potatoes from yesterday, which I'm sure are amazing. And after the show, I'll go check those out. Looking forward to that. So hopefully we'll get our doorbell fixed tomorrow. I ordered a new part for the doorbell, so we should hopefully get that taken care of. So there are many issues on that one, so we shall see how that all works out. And of course, still need to post some of the pictures and stuff, hang those to the place, get that done. If you're the things, and of course, biggest thing is we need people to come take classes. Come enjoy, come have a good time at the castle. You won't be sad. Like I said, yet to have a disappointing customer so far. I don't think we ever will because we're good at what we do. And we don't do boring PowerPoint presentations because those suck. No one wants to sit through it. There's nothing worse than going, let's sit here for 30 minutes and have no whiskey and watch a stupid PowerPoint. Because we're not all about that. We're about education and learning and tasting the things that you're learning about and having a good time. So, yeah, happy spuds, exactly. And if you want to do a pairing with potatoes, we can make that happen for you, too. I'm sure we could do all kinds of spuds and potatoes. That probably actually be a really fun thing. We might know some people that knows things about vodka, too. We could always do one on vodka if you really want to. We could do it for you. So, The 3D printed thing is obviously still over there right now, obviously, Eric, because it's awesome. We greatly appreciate it. I'm probably going to leave it here because I'm probably going to stream here for a while. Now, maybe once I stream from there, maybe it'll go over there. But otherwise, I'm going to leave it there because it looks really cool. And I like it. So powder points are definitely better with whiskey, Joe. I agree, but they're really not fun when there's no whiskey involved in them. They're really just boring. The problem is, and I'm sure you guys have been involved in, like you go to a tasting from a brand or whatever that don't like they might know things, but they don't understand entertainment, and that's part of the issue. Is whiskey tasting supposed to be fun and entertaining, but and of course educational. But if they're not all three, they can be educational if they're boring and not entertaining. Yeah, you got to try some stuff, but if it sucks on the presentation, it's not memorable, and it makes you not want to do that again. Whereas when you come to this, everything is completely customized and catered to you at the moment. And you can pick it out ahead of time. We can pick it for you. You can do a little bit of both, and a lot of it can be done on the fly. We just have to see it. And of course, the smaller groups we can do now. Larger groups, obviously, they have to be more done ahead of time and all that stuff already figured out. But for small stuff, we can do all sorts of cool stuff ahead of time. With you right on the fly. It just depends. And obviously, it's really beautiful in there, and we can lower the lights down. It looks like a castle there. If you guys haven't seen pictures, it looks amazing. We've got the battlements of the castle, we've got sconces and candles, and it looks really, really cool in there. And so anybody that gets a chance to come see it, they just have a really nice time. And it's a really fun atmosphere, and you can't go wrong. It's just a great place to come visit. So moving a German potato soda in my near future and off to Limburg in this one. Ooh, that'll be fun. To Limburg, Germany this month for a whiskey fair. We'll have fun with that, Graham. That'll be cool. Yeah, that sounds awesome. Now, Graham, is that whiskeys around the world there? Or is that going to be all German whiskeys? Because that would be fascinatingly interesting. Or is it mostly going to be Scotch over there? No, Germany's got some really nice whiskeys at this point in time, which is nice. Don't have a lot of German whiskeys. Got at least two. I think on the top of my head. Slayer's 51 and Lodenhazen, something like that. I can't exactly remember. But good stuff nonetheless. So definitely recommend German whiskeys for sure. All right. Oops. So what's coming up for the reviews this week? All right. So two very fun whiskeys this week. We've got the beautiful and amazing Old Forester 1910, the original bottling. Just the fabulous stuff there. So we'll have that coming up. When you come down and cook with Brian, I think we could definitely set you up cooking with Brian, Dom. I think we could definitely set that up. So, yeah, if anyone didn't get a chance to come and have Pit Face Barbecue, his amazing stuff there at the grand opening, fabulous stuff. Obviously, hit Brian up for his amazing rubs and all stuff at pitfacebarbecue.com. Good, fun stuff. Also, we'll be having for reviews this week will be the amazing Balcones Brimstone, which you're finally getting to 5 years later. One of my favorite whiskeys of all time. We're finally reviewing it. It was the one thing on the Castle today because it was here to review. So you guys are finally getting a Brimstone review. Yay! And then the really other great thing is the end of the week on Saturday, we're having the original, most beautiful from the wonderful place there in France, Chartreuse, the Elixir de Vegetal. So that'll be a full one for you guys to have a 69%, 138 proof liqueur. So, which originally uses medicine. So check out that review on Saturday. And once again, don't forget on Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, we'll be having our buddies from 15 Stars on, the founders of 15 Stars, be having them on to talk about their really cool whiskeys. So that should be fun. So check that out on Thursday for that special event on Thursday. It'll be a good time. So that's what's coming up. See, Matt, mostly world whiskeys, a few German ones only. Mostly old and rare. Ooh, that should be fun, Graham. Yeah, Graham, next when you get a chance, when you go to that, let us know how it was. I'm looking forward to hearing your experience. That'd be cool. Ooh, he got you a bottle of for my birthday. Well, which version did he get you, Joe? Which Old Forester? Since I'm a big fan of Old Forester in general, there might be quite a few Old Foresters at the castle. Or in fact, you could do an entire education just on Old Forester. We have a lot of them. I think there's probably... I think everything they make. I'm pretty sure everything that they make. We got to the 19. Oh, sweet. Yeah, Joe. So you get to see the review here probably tomorrow. So that'll be cool. Oh, that's awesome. You got the 1910. Sweet. I love that one. Yeah, that 1920 blow. Yeah, 1920 is awesome. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much anything Whiskey Road is really good. So yeah, I'm glad you got. So what do you think of it, Joe? How are you enjoying that 1910 there? So I think it's a great bottle personally. So interested to see what you think of it. So I'm glad he got you. That's a great bottle to have. Ah yes, good times. Always thrilled. Especially the great thing about Old Foresters, you can find it. It is pretty affordable. I mean, it's not the cheapest stuff. No. Now, granted, you get the 86 for like $15. There's the signature is like 22. It's 100 proof. But really, the whole Whiskey Rose series is 50, 55. So it's all super affordable. Hi, old humble son. Good to see you. There's a few weeks over at Bee Cave. There you go. That is where there it is. That the Bee Cave is where the Texas Whiskey Festival is. Up there in the beautiful part there, of course, of Texas. There in the, I guess, more west, the hill country, I guess would be the technical place for it. So more western than west, though. So we got that going for us. So good to see you guys out there, of course, and loving and drinking some. Now, oh, awesome, Joe. Well, glad to hear that. Yeah, it's good stuff. Really love the Old Forester. But yeah, if you guys haven't checked out Old Humble Distilling, go check out those guys. Fun stuff from them. And a good story behind the name of their brand. So good stuff, but they will definitely be out there, I'm sure, pouring some of their fine spirits there at the Texas Whiskey Festival, as will many other brands. I don't know how many brands exactly will be out there, but it's quite a few. I'm sure it's got to be a good, at least 30-something brands. I got to figure just based on what we tried in the judging. It's got to be at least 30-something. It's got to be fun. So if you guys, I don't know if there's a whole lot of tickets left for it or not, but if not, go buy a few tickets, go have a good time, and try some really fun stuff. 100 proof one winner of Vinny's. Oh, nice. The signature won one of the whiskey raffles? That's awesome. Oh, that's really cool, Joe. That's cool as shit. Love it. Glad to hear that. That's really fun. That's a good time. Yeah, I love that 100 proof thing. That thing is great. For $22, you can't go wrong. Ooh, nice. We're having our grand opening mini music fest on the 27th. Awesome. Glad that. What city exactly is that in, Old Humble? I can't remember exactly. I know roundabout, but I want to make sure it's the right city. Tell people where it's at so they can go check you guys out. What city that's in. I know you guys were fairly close to Houston, but I wasn't exactly sure what city you're in. So that way you can go check that out on the 27th. Obviously it's in Humble. Of course it is. Makes sense, right? Obviously the name is in Humble, Texas. So yeah, it's an old city in Texas. Cool place. Goes just north of Houston. I knew it was near Houston. Okay, so yeah, so everybody go check out Old Humble Distilling with their grand opening mini music fest on the 27th. Go check them out. Should be a good time. If anybody's down in that Houston area, go drive up there or drive down. If you're a little bit far north there in DFW, I'm sure it'll be a good time. All righty then. So, like I said, it was want to thank Jake once again for having us down to judge this year. It was a good time, as always, down there. Looking forward to next year, of course, judging again. So hopefully this will be a fun annual thing to get to do. And we just go to the festival, have a good time at the festival. I'm sure it'll be awesome. You're giving away 2 tickets to the Texas Whiskey Festival this month. There we go. So go check out Old Humble. We'll be giving away a couple tickets to the Texas Whiskey Festival. That'll be awesome. So go check those guys out. Have a good time. Go try some of their fun spirits they've got. Obviously, lots of nice whiskeys and other things down there. Like I said, we'll have our special showing here with 15 stars on Thursday it's just one day. It's on a Saturday, Eric. It's just one day. And then I know last year they had a dinner the day before, but I don't think they're having it this year. I think it's just the one day this year. But yeah, like I said, 15 stars will be here on Thursday at 7 Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. So come check us out that special show. Check out their founders and owners and all that fun stuff. It's a good time. So yeah, it's April 20th. So have a good time at the festival. Thanks, Jake, again. I really enjoyed judging. Had a good time. And like I said, check out the reviews of the 1920 and Brimstone this week. And we'll see you guys next week for some more fun here on the channel. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you guys next week. Cheers.